Oh, she's just waiting. Can you say it, Jen? No, she's just waiting. So this is what we put out. So we should be good. Thank you, Ben. Fine, thank you. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. You're muted. Muted. There you
All right,
go.
now you should be able to hear me.
We can. All right. I was like, I did. What do you mean? It was, oh my God, the other day I heard too loud. It's like, oh. Kevin, are you waiting for me?
No.
We're all set. We're recording and streaming.
Okay. So do you have an agenda that comes up here or?
It's,
Oh, I'm struggling to see it here. If not, I can bring one up on my, I didn't bring one down with me.
you're on vacation.
I know I didn't think about this meeting as far as bringing paperwork with me. I brought some other stuff, but I forgot about bringing this stuff down with me. So my folders at home.
I think we're all set.
Okay. All right. So here we go. There we go. I'm trying to figure out how to blow this up so it's bigger. Okay, I got it now. Okay. All right. So I think when we left off last time, we knew that the Friends were going to do bottled water, but we had some calls out to see if we can do something else about the bagels, I think.
I think Michelle told me she was gonna talk to Costco.
Yeah.
See if they might help us out.
Okay,
So-
but we didn't hear that. We haven't heard a decision on that yet, right?
Oh, no, not yet. No.
Okay. All right. And then I think, what was that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't think there's anything else on refreshment committee, refreshment tables and cleanup crews. We'll take care of it the day before the meeting, the last meeting.
Yep.
Trophies and booster awards. Is Neil here?
No, Neil's not feeling well. He wasn't able to make it.
Okay. Well, I don't think there's anything we can't wait till March to talk about. So
Okay, so we'll take a to-do list for him.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We can always make a to-do list for him. That'll teach people not to call in.
Well, he's going to handle them anyways. I just got to give him the number of 10-year people. And
Okay.
I don't think I have that number. I think it's 4, but I haven't gone through and finalized things from last year. There was a couple of things I had to just clear up. So I'll double check and get him that number. I can send him an email on that special outside.
Okay.
Anything else on sponsorship surprise? I know you guys been having the big sponsorship discussion with the new major contributor, and I know there was a side discussion with Tilcon, so I don't know what happened with that.
So I can give a brief update on that. I called many people. Some people have retired from Tilcon, so I finally found someone that I could talk to. Thank you for everybody that sent lists. Janet Scalise is there. They hired a new PR person that started today. So they thought that she would call me Monday or Tuesday, and I explained to them that we had a wonderful gift of an unsolicited person coming in and just how we would want to rearrange things. She said she didn't think it would be a problem, but she wanted to check with other powers that be there. Do you want to let everybody? I don't know if everyone. Oh, okay. So Saputo approached us about giving a very nice donation, which is above what our highest donation ever before. Double. Yeah. So that was lovely. And it could create a few marketing issues, because if you think you're in the top and all of a sudden you're not in the top, you kind of want to talk about it. She was very gracious on the phone, but felt that she wanted to have discussions internally, so she was not thinking that she would get back to me today because that new person was starting. So they have a new president, they have a new PR person. Janet was there kind of bundling things together. So I think Monday or Tuesday we'll have that, but we're excited with the new sponsorship. And we just have to figure out how we're going to place things in our ads and figure out what's going on from that end. So that's just great news.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing amount of money. That's for sure. Okay. Anything else on sponsorships besides that Saputo and Tilcon?
Just so you know, and for the board members here, I did send out a report.
Yeah.
Today, I can't even remember if I did
Today.
And it just gave a status. I mean, we're in pretty good shape, and if I use the word chasing, I'm chasing a couple of people who are thinking about it, but overall, the sponsors that we've had over time, 90% of them are already back. So we're in good shape.
That's great.
All right. Anything else on sponsorships? Remove the prizes.
Yeah.
All right. So how are we doing on that as well? I mean, prizes are kind of, I know they're like a separate category of getting gift cards and gift baskets. How are you doing?
They were able, Anna and Michelle approached a lot of the businesses for the dining partner in December. So
Right.
we have a really good stash of gift cards from them that we use some for the Winterfest. We're gonna use some for summer reading, and then the rest we're gonna use for the race. So we have that, and then there's a few others that we tend to go for, like the oil change and, you know, non-food prizes, but I mean, we can see how many we have too before we go crazy, because it might be enough that we don't have to. Cause we don't
The
wanna.
more we have, the longer it takes to distribute them.
Well, and also, you don't wanna keep hitting up businesses all the time, so. But anyway, we're in decent shape, Kevin.
All right. Considering we're only in February, that's pretty good news. All right, let's move on. We're set with Platt. We're set up online. I don't know if actually I didn't check. I should have checked today to see how many if we had any. I don't think we have anybody registered online yet because I usually get an email, but I got to double check that because I'm sorry, what?
One person.
One person? Oh, okay. Thanks, Anna.
But Kevin, is that because we haven't sent out the email yet to announce that it's open? Because
Okay.
we're waiting to see how we're going to announce the Saputo being our new title sponsor. And we didn't.
So you want to
send
wait?
that out.
So you want to
Hopefully
wait
this-
until we have that, or to send out like a reminder that we're up and ready to accept registrations?
Right, well, this is, I mean, I was asked not to put anything out there until we had this clarified, the sponsorship stuff clarified.
Well, hopefully it will be this week. That we'll have.
I mean, I did a little graphic that's, that shows the new level. We added a new level for Saputo.
Okay.
And, I need to put that online as well. And I'm thinking that some of these sponsors who are dragging the feet, like we have one that's been a sponsor for 10 years, I'm just gonna put them in. And when I eventually catch up, either they're in or they're out, and it'd be easy for me to just take them out if that's not the case. And so that's, because I'm leaving on Friday and I'm gonna be traveling for 4 weeks, so this is not coming at a good time for me personally.
The website's almost updated, but it's the same reason I was holding off until we figured out with Tilcon if they're on board and what they want us to do, but I have it in, Saputo's in there, and I have that stuff, and I updated all the sponsors on the website.
Yeah, because we didn't want them to be going to the library's webpage and not have that updated, correctly.
Well, that makes sense.
Or, showcase Tilcon as the lead sponsor when theoretically they're no longer in, the top position, so. And I think that it's important that we have that correct when we launch. Otherwise, some people won't come back to the page, so this is their big moment.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait just this week sometime until you guys tell me to get out, and we'll send out an email then.
I have the draft for you, Kevin.
You do, okay.
So is this something, if you have the drafts and you pass it on to Kevin, if heaven forbid we don't hear until after you take off on your trip?
Yeah, I
Kevin
think
can upload it?
Kevin, that's happened last year, because you were away for a while and Kevin sent out your emails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, great.
yeah.
We'll let you know, Kevin, how's that?
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, it's not, takes no time for me to put it together and send it out, probably 10 minutes, so. Okay.
Great. Do we have a timeline on the subpoena in terms of when they were?
April. Yeah, that's what they had said. We would get a check in April. We'll bill them early. I think Carolyn might have already done a bill for them, an invoice. But it did say it was due in April, because that's what they requested.
Rates stay the same in numbers. I've already ordered them. I'll get them when usually about a month before the race. Course committee, pretty much, Ron, I think you've handled most of this, right?
Yes, I've already talked to the sergeant that I touched base with last year, so I'm gonna give him a call a couple of weeks before the race to make sure we're on the same page.
Okay.
And I talked to the traffic guy, he's all set to go.
All right.
All
And I
set
know-
there.
I know 2, 3, 4, 5 were all set. 6, I know this has been a discussion about race volunteers, road volunteers.
But we have our radio league people here,
Okay,
so we can.
And I did provide Karen with the cert contacts.
Right.
Yes. They can be put out and they can, for the new setup of this cert, they can participate on their own.
Right.
I did email Sally, I just haven't heard back yet.
well,
Good.
how many, excuse me, Ron, how many adults, how many major intersections do we need? Definitely, we'd like to have somebody on. I mean, we go over Wilson 1, 2, 3, 4 times or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 times. We definitely need somebody on those intersections, right?
Oh, we usually Wilson Avenue is well protected. It's just
Yeah.
some of the other side streets that they're taking shortcuts.
They zip down Bon Air and they come out the side streets and they end up in
Yeah.
Garfield.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a strategic plan, and have more bodies for some of these smaller areas where they're cutting through.
Yeah, you can hear in the end where she's still traumatized. from the last race. So I think So I think more adults on the road somewhere would be good.
I think it's a case of we have a lot of kids that volunteer from high school. You want to necessarily put them on the road, but we can put ourselves
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, I know that Karen's gonna work on the volunteers, right, Karen?
Yeah.
But the woman that used to get us volunteers from the high school, one of the women who's really good, no longer works there as of last Tuesday.
No.
So, so we're working, Pam Ennis.
She
So
doesn't
we're,
work there anymore?
no. So we're working to find out who, and the person that's gonna take her stuff is out on medical leave, so. We're just trying to find that person to be able to have a contact besides the Key Club. So, her students are really good, really reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually the last 3 or 4 years, the kids have been excellent that we've had. Okay,
Yeah.
so Ron, do you think you can just at least give Karen like a number of adults that we're gonna need? If we had our if we were able to cover the main streets or even the side streets that you think could be dangerous, we talking about 8 adults, 10 adults?
10 to 12 would be helpful.
12, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a number we
I'll-
should shoot for with
I'll-
the CERT volunteers that would, I know they're not officially working for CERT, right? But we can use them.
Yeah, I'll check out the map and see and give Karen a total. I'll do it this week for Karen.
Okay, and then Radio League, I know you said somebody's here from the Radio League. But they don't normally help us with streets. They're just there for like an emergency, if Bill called the ambulance or to give us a report that someone's hurt. They're not actually doing street coverage, correct?
Right.
Great.
Now, do you want us to report the runners to you at the finish line? Have a radio operator with you, whoever's at the finish line? The lead male, the lead female runner? So you know they're coming to the start finish?
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, I don't do anything until I get, Platt gives me the results, because we have, I have to look at the ages and
Were
whether
you
they're
just saying
from
some people
local
be aware of
schools and stuff.
I think he's
So,
talking about just giving people a heads up at the finish line that the first male runner's coming, the first
Oh, I guess,
female.
yeah, I mean, I guess it can't hurt. I'm usually at mile 3 anyways. So
We
usually I
could
know
start
who's
yelling
coming
it
in.
out if we know, we could yell it, we're usually down there, so.
Okay.
We can, because people are waiting and waiting and waiting, and they're really excited when they see the first runner.
Right now, we're really talking among ourselves, and we rarely talk to the leadership at the start finish line.
And wouldn't you want to know that the last runner or walker is coming in?
Yeah, it's a
Finally coming.
2 years ago, the sweep vehicle passed the last walkers,
Oh, geez.
and we saw, wait, there's walkers right here, and the town parks department went by us. We had to call them back and have them go return. Our teammate Ethel was tailing them.
Okay,
But we could even do the first child, because that's always fun to see the first kid. Because usually they're up there in the beginning, top runners, so. That'd be fun.
Kevin, I have a question on Platt. Have you gotten the invoice yet?
I haven't, I don't know, usually since it's early, but let me follow up with him today. As soon as I get off the phone, send him an email, make sure that,
Usually have a deposit. right
Yeah,
around
usually
this
ask for
time.
a deposit, Kevin.
yeah, I know, and I haven't seen that yet. So let me reach back out to him and find out what he needs from us.
Just want to make sure we got him on the hook for it.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it now. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen anything yet, so. As soon as I get done with this meeting, I'm gonna send him an email.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't really do mile timers anymore per se, so, I mean, I know we used to have people 1 and 2, but most people have watches now and stuff, so I don't think we need to even worry about that anymore. It's probably an item we can remove from the future agendas. Ambulance, I know we talked about CERT a couple seconds ago, and I think last month we confirmed we have the ambulance ready as well. Is that true, Karen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else on course? All right, let's move on to wherever, I can't remember the agenda, so t-shirts. Have we decided on a color this year?
We haven't decided on a color, but we've decided that they will have color.
Right,
And
yeah, I
any
kind of remember
ones
that.
we might have had, all of our wonderful early responder sponsors have decided that for us.
Okay.
It'll still be the dry fit and that, and then we'll have to work in the new logos and placement and stuff.
Okay. All right, so, public relations, well, I've hit some, I haven't hit all of the online ones yet, because I just have to go through all my list again of people I've used in the past, so I'll get those out. And then part of it's gonna be the email we have, and then, I don't know, do you guys send anything to newspapers other than Newington Life, correct?
We do the rare reminders still, you do the
Oh, rare
Harper Current if they'll do anything for you, but they're, Karen's gonna work with, our person that does a lot of social media.
Okay,
And she's really good at it, so we're gonna try to hit our accounts and try to get the word out that way. One thing I was wondering too is if, this is kind of public relations related more post race, but if we could maybe assign some people to like use their phones to actually take pictures during the race, because not everybody's taking pictures. It'd be nice to have different shots. If we could have a few people be responsible for that too.
that's probably something your teenage volunteers could do, right?
Yep.
So, especially the ones,
On the phone afterwards.
Yeah.
yeah, they could you just give them a place to send them to, and then you could filter through them and figure out which ones you want to keep or use.
I'll be honest.
But I just want somebody more assigned to it, so it's not.
Like.
Oh, okay.
This afternoon. So thank you. I had that all over me. You have it printed out?
I can.
Okay.
Fiona, one of the board members sent.
Yeah,
something.
Fiona York has a conflict tonight, so she's actually gonna join our board meeting around 7:30, but she was working on some communication things, and Christine
Yeah,
has what she sent out for suggestions, so we'll. ask her
so,
to
yeah, she put three things, race promotion and Gary Turco, Kate Farrar, and Matt Lesser's weekly newsletters, you know, every week they do these lists and other things. And then, race posts on the library Facebook page and friends page. And then these posts can then be pinned, so they remain at the top of the page. I'm happy to draft something. I think we should include a link to the registration in these posts. Once the posts are posted, I can share them on the various town pages like Newington News and what's happening in Newington. And then it says, is it possible to get the registration link right on the library homepage?
Yes,
I'm not sure if I'm missing it, but I can't seem to find it.
It's not there yet. That's
Okay, so that's what she wrote.
the only other one I would add to that list is the chamber newsletter.
Might as well. Okay, could get us donations, if you get us participants.
So I would put it on promotion. Is the CDS, is the CDS sign reserved?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else on public relations? And I just heard you talking about the sponsor sign at CVS, and I assume we have the banner for the library as well. Is there anything else we're doing that's different than last year or any year recently?
No,
Okay.
not that I know. of. I mean, I don't know what, last year Tilcon put the truck up, but depending on what they say and also what Saputo wants to do. We would have to.
That's a good point, yeah.
New banners or different, yeah, different setup.
Maybe we have a
Right.
truck. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, that's pretty much race weekend because they dump it off Friday usually.
Yeah,
And-
that was-
Wouldn't hurt my feelings if we had the milk truck at the other one end of Garfield and.
Yeah.
On the other.
You just want that Tilcon truck on the street that you're.
That's
protecting.
right. And to be honest, I'm not here this year because my niece is getting married, so I
Oh,
won't
that's
be
right.
there. But for anybody who's out there, they need trucks.
Hey, they
No.
use dump trucks in New York City to block off the road.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You don't have to go that close.
Okay,
Is also is Bill Rogers, do we know if he's coming back in this year?
no, I didn't ask him. He didn't offer and I was kind of. I don't know. I can ask him if you want.
It's up to you guys. I mean,
Did he do well last year in terms of his sales?
No, not as well, because he sold a lot the year before, I think.
Yeah,
Because it wasn't a new book.
No, and the posters were the same. I mean, I think people like to see him, but.
Yeah.
and then we've talked about sending registration forms out in the database, and a reminder, we'll do that hopefully this week and start pushing people to start signing up. Okay, anything else on promotions
No.
or other business? Okay, so I'm sorry.
Before you- I'm sorry, before you, I just want to go over the timeline and task list, and there's a couple things here I'm not clear on. I'll have to update this and get it back out to people. Is there I thought we said we were gonna hire the DJ. Has he been contacted?
That's Skippo or somebody, Brian Skibo.
So, I don't know who has that contact information, it's not me.
I had the contract in last year's
Just tell
folder, I
us.
don't have it here.
She does, I think I'm.
I will need W-9 from you.
Right.
The DJ is done. Do we still need to open online registration? Just so I believe, Lisa confirmed with, Newington's Human Services Department that they're okay with us doing another paper drive. Were they supposed to send us specifics on what
They did, they sent us, it's, yeah, the paper goods and, health and beauty aid stuff. So I have a specific list that we can put on the website of like what people can bring.
Okay,
Yeah,
right, so
they're very excited about that.
yeah, you can send that to me too.
Yep.
let's see, so, I did hear from my contact, from, let's see, what is it, the cross-country coach, that the running coach is interested in using the Little Reader Sprint as a, community service project for the runners, but I haven't heard specifically back yet. So I'll send that out. So, let's see, so the email, promoting the race and footnotes. We do have the fitness trainer all lined up, and, one of the things on the list is, checking about the potholes on the race course as we get closer and see if they can get filled. And I guess that would be through the highway department.
Yeah, maybe Ron, you could talk to your contact over at the Parks and Rec.
Sure, yeah.
Isn't it highway department?
Well, I'll make a visual drive through the route and see if there's any problems.
Yeah, we just passed
We
one.
haven't really had a problem as far as I know, but
There was a complaint that was mentioned last time.
It was down at the corner of Garfield, was one that I remember.
Garfield and Willard, maybe?
It was Garfield and Willard, coming around the corner, there was a washout, where people were taking the turn, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think
They had
they
mentioned
mentioned.
potholes, so.
well,
So the rest of the
That's
items,
the first time I remember it being mentioned to us by the runners, so it's worth a mention to.
yeah.
and the rest of the items here on February are all regarding, PR, reaching out to TV stations. Basically, to assign somebody the task of reaching out to TV stations, radio stations, getting press releases written, and the different stores, getting up posters, getting getting the chamber to promote the 5K race and the rest. So Fiona must have looked at the list because this was right off the list. Kevin, did you make any progress with Fleet Feet to see if they would bring their runners?
I haven't heard back. I can follow up with them. I sent them something, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. So let me send another note out, see what they want to do. I'll do that too tonight, follow up with them.
You guys have, can you give logistics about the little kids running race more? Does it say that the parents have to be registered or something? Okay, and so when did it?
They don't have to parents that register, they have to accompany the child. So what's it say?
So someone doesn't have to be registered in the race to do this?
Well, that'd be hard if they're registered in the race, because how can
Yeah,
they do
I
it with
understand
it
why
too?
someone, but my concern is, are you gonna open this up to everybody? That could be what happens.
Yeah,
Right.
that would be,
If they don't have any connection to the race.
But
No, I'm just saying.
so maybe we need to work on the phrasing a little bit more as we put it out, and it's, maybe children or, children or child spectators, you know, waiting for family members to cross the line or whatever, or welcome to join our little reader, something like that. That kind of leaves it in the 5K race community instead of let's have every child under 5 in town here that day. It will happen. It can.
Well, I'll just give you an example, our church has an Easter egg candy hunt. We have like 15 little kids, if you put on the congregation, when you put it out on that there's an Easter egg candy
everybody
hunt,
sounds.
we have 300 kids.
No, I mean, I'm looking at summer reading and you have 500 kids. Cause it's open to everybody, and people want something for their kids.
But maybe the only place that we promote it is in the emails that go.
No, I get it, but I'm
Runners.
just saying that I think it has, something has to be in there to indicate. That there's a connection somehow to the race.
Well, your family member is racing.
What time are you actually thinking about running the race? I mean, the physical time, like 9:45, when some of the runners are in yet, or what are you guys thinking about for time?
So we had that discussion too. I don't know if we're solid on an answer, but, so do you think the adults that are running want to see the kids race? Should we be doing it while we're waiting for others to come and get set up? Are we trying to keep the kids occupied while others are racing? Do the kids want to see their family member cross an official finish line? These are all the questions that were posed to us. What's your take?
Yeah, I don't think you want to hear my take. I just don't think this makes any sense.
Why are we doing it?
Yeah, it doesn't, it's hard because you just, the questions you're raising are follows. If I have my kid's gonna run and I'm gonna take 35 minutes to run my race, then that'll be fine. If I'm a walker, I mean, maybe I'm not gonna see my kid race, or, if I've got a spouse or family parent or somebody there's, they can get them to the race. I just don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't know. I think kids races normally started before races,
Right,
right?
they do, the marathon
Right.
races, when they do a kids run, it's before the start of the main race.
The marathon is a long race, and I think we're too busy to do the.
No, when they do their 5Ks, they do their kids fun run before.
So I thought the whole idea of doing the kids race was to give the kids an activity while we were waiting for others to come.
Well, we can have our own interpretation, that's what we wanna do.
And, well, that was my impression when we first brought it up, and my thought was, we're giving them an activity to do so that they're not just, hanging around in this area. And if they have an adult, I almost want to do it after the race starts, while people are racing, and I'm not so worried. It's not an official race, the kid's gonna run down, turn around and run back. And I'm imagining like every youth soccer game I've ever seen where they just kind of run like a swarm of bees and then come back and forth, it's.
So it's really the timing of it. I mean, you could do it before. That means everybody involved in that park's gotta be there nice and early and have it all set up.
Right.
Because we're worried about the people who pay and get the race started.
Right, that's the
I mean,
official thing.
If they wanna do that, that's fine. They just have to be there early and have it all ready to roll.
If we want to do what?
They'll have to
Start it before the
Yeah,
race.
see, I don't think we want to start it before the race.
Do it at like 9:10.
Yeah. 9:10 or 9:15, have the race.
Oh.
Get the adults off, then have the kids, and they'll be done before the first race.
But you have to know that there's gonna be, yeah, I don't know, some people, the kids are there to watch the parent or the whatever finish the race.
So
But I know it's a
how
short
fast
run.
does the quickest runner run and how much?
16 minutes, 17 minutes, I think.
Okay, I was gonna say, average
I mean,
20.
most of your runners are in under 35 minutes. Okay. If you did it, if you did it at 9:45, then most of your people will be in by then, so they can watch their kid run. I'm assuming no one's leaving a kid by themselves there waiting for the under 5. I'm sure there's somebody with the 5-year-old, right?
Right.
So
What time do you start, Kevin? What time do you start the awards?
not till like 10 maybe, we try to get everything going around 10 to 10:10. Usually I have all the paperwork by then from Platt. I've already,
You know that after like 15 minutes, there's a major lull.
Yeah.
Everyone's waiting and they're starting to.
Theoretically, we could do it at 9:45,
Right.
move the gap between 9:45 and 10.
That might be better because to try and do it before the race, you lose the manpower for getting people who register coming in a day, getting people to get set.
No, because it's gonna have to be a separate group of manpower.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that I know that like that 9:45 spot, okay, now I'm just standing.
Right.
Up until that point, I was doing.
We have more
something.
teams that could help out as well, because remember, sometimes
Yeah,
there's
because then
like,
they come back with another spray.
we're all like staring at each other.
All right, so let's do that. It's that gap time. So 9:45 would be the kiddie race.
and so the race is like, are we running from the street to the bathhouse and back? What are we?
No, it'll be on our.
The
on our
sideline.
lawn.
It's a
Our
sprint.
side lawn.
It's a sprint, Kevin,
It's just
Sprint,
a sprint.
okay.
back and forth sprint.
They're little legs.
Hey.
So you need,
What's that?
you need hand radio numbers coming in or anything, or you be right by the start finish?
You'll be by the start finish.
For the kids, you need the hand radio numbers.
Want to be
No,
right along
no,
with
you
you,
do.
want to be a guard now. So,
You know, calling out the winners, the winners.
my thought is that the location of the kids race is the library lawn, like the parking lot and all the arborvitae's. If you think of where our new parking lot was put in, and then the arborvitae's for the like Walls Drive area, that lawn space.
It's a long stretch.
I
Down
don't-
the side of the building.
I mean, you're talking like what, 100 yards? Maybe?
Yeah, yeah, down and back, some orange cones. The sprint.
100-yard dash.
Yeah, all right. Well, it'll be quick anyways. And then when we send out we send out the email, then you can put in that there'll be a kids race for kids, what, 5 and under? Is that what the thought process was?
Yeah.
And
So there's
that,
two segments,
must be-
one for 2 to 3 year olds and then the other one for 4 and 5s. But a lot of I think 5-year-olds run the 5K, so,
some do. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, we've had usually 7 or 8 is our youngest. We'll have some 5 or 6 once in a while that come in. They run with mom or dad. And then you just say in the broadcast that they must be related to a runner. So it could be a grandparent, it could be a cousin, something like that, but they must be to a registered runner. Is that what you want to do for your rules?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that will keep it from being an online event. Anyone. Not otherwise recognized.
Well, I mean, don't forget, if you have a 9:45 race, and you have a bunch of outsiders coming in, you're gonna have traffic problems, you know. People are gonna be trying to get down Garfield Street to get their 5-year-old into this race. So you really want them to kind of be there already.
Yeah.
We just won't put it in any of the press releases that go out to the papers.
Correct. Yeah, actually, we could send it to registered runners, right? We could send a note out to them on a regular basis saying that, you know, there's gonna be a kids race for anybody that's related to a registered runner. And it'll be at 9:45.
If you put it on the website, if they register online, they're gonna see it, so never mind.
Yeah, if they register on,
They
they
can
can
see it.
see where they're registered.
And you might say, and maybe it's not that we're having a kids race, but you know, your kids get antsy waiting for the results. We're gonna have a mini, you know, put it in the preference of what we're doing is trying to keep the kids occupied. We're not, this isn't a pre-training session, you know, it's like, you know, the kids get antsy, we're gonna try to set up a 100-yard dash for those 5 and under.
Okay. And there's no prizes or ribbons or nothing, right?
No, they're getting
They're gonna get medals.
Medals.
Everybody gets the medal, that's it. We couldn't figure out t-shirts. I thought it was just be too great. So.
Okay.
Medals.
So Kevin, if they go to register online and the t-shirt question comes up, it says small, medium and large. The last option says little readers, no t-shirt. Medal in lieu of winner's medal in lieu of a t-shirt. So that they know that the kids aren't getting a t-shirt.
But then, okay, well, we can put that in the information thing, but they're not registering, right? These 5-year-olds and 4-year-olds aren't registering for anything.
No, we're
Right.
doing a pre-registration, no fee.
You want these kids to have their parents register them for,
They can.
And why are we
On-
doing that?
we pay a fee for everybody who registers. Part of the fee we pay Platt is anybody who registers for the race. And how are we gonna
So they
separate them
register
from,
Online.
Not flat, this has nothing to do with flat. Are you
No,
talking
this
about
is
race
just-
entry?
where are they registering then?
They're registering on race entry.
Right, so then but then all that goes to Platt. He sets up a database for them ahead of time, and then he charges us for anybody that we have registered in that race. We have to somehow separate them out.
But don't you download the database and give it to him?
Yes, that is true. I do that.
So then you
I could-
just extrapolate anybody in the little readers category.
Okay, yeah, I can extrapolate them out. I gotta figure out how to make sure. I'm sure I can figure out a way. I'm sure we can do some with the race entry. I'm just not 100% sure how to do it. I'll have to look at it.
How important is the count?
How important is the what?
How important is the count of the little runners?
It's not important. I don't think it's important. I just didn't know if you wanted to register them. I mean, if you're gonna have them give medals, then you're gonna have them. I mean, you're gonna have people that show up with their kid that day, didn't realize, and they're gonna say, oh, let's have little Johnny run the race. So
Right,
then,
that's what I'm thinking. Do we really need, do we really
When they
need
go
them?
online, they sign the waiver.
Oh, they sign a waiver. That sounds like something we need.
So
I
then we
mean,
just
I'll,
have the paper waiver, the
We
paper.
can have him do. I'll help you look at it if you want, just, I mean. To figure out how to get the names out of there.
oh, I can get the name. I can get the names out. I mean, because I can have, we can have a special category they check off.
Yeah.
But, okay, I don't think it's I don't think it's impossible. I'm not worried really about the pre-registration. I'm sure we can handle that. I'm more worried about day of race registration, how we handle that.
Just, we can either have them sign it right there, I mean, whoever's doing the race.
Sign a waiver.
Right,
Just right there, they fill out a form quickly and sign it, and then the kid can go.
Okay,
No, I'm just saying, I guess that's what I would do, right?
yeah,
Right.
so that, you know,
Yeah, I
when
mean,
when we close, Kevin, when we close registration on Friday, so you can run the report. So you would, so basically what you do, you would run a runner's report, which is what you would give to Platt, and then you take the little those names that are in the little readers, little reader sprint, and do a separate list so that we have a checklist for race morning, so we know which, you know, which little kids have had their parents sign the waiver already. That way they don't have to sign again on the morning of.
all right.
Just have extras so that overflow, that's all.
The point of days of the internet, they will be.
Buy extra little-
Anyway,
Right. Okay.
And any other new business?
Apologies for the minutia, Kevin.
No, I mean, no, I think we haven't done this before, so I think it makes sense for us to walk through it because we don't want a disaster the day of the race, you know, especially if somebody gets hurt and they don't have a waiver, the kid just jumped into the race and ran or something, I don't know. Okay. So there just have to be we'll just have to add a category and then I'll just take all the people who checked off that category and I'll just set them out as a separate spreadsheet or Excel database item. Not that hard. I think the day of the race will be the more interesting thing, but I don't know how many we're gonna get signed up the day of the race, so. I mean, we only had 18 or 19 people sign up for the race last year on Sunday, right? I don't know how many we had on Saturday. Does anybody remember when we had Saturday? I think it was 18 or 19 as well or something.
There wasn't that many either, really. It must have
Really,
been
really
some.
wasn't, right? Yeah, because most people are signing up online now, which is great. Makes our lives a lot easier and there's a lot less typos. I can't always read everybody's handwriting, so. Can't read my handwriting, so I wouldn't want to try to take a race form for me and try to put into a database. Okay, all right, I'll take a look. I don't think that's going to be impossible. I think we just, I think we can send out the emails when we do the race registration. The first one, when we prime everybody, we'll just mention that. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. Any other new business?
Yeah, this is Pauline. I do know one of the people at the Fleet Feet.
Mhm.
I can give her a phone call so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, you can talk. Well, again, the idea would be just that we wanted to see if they want to make us a training
Right.
race for them.
Yes.
Who do you speak to, Pauline?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pauline,
Amy Fry,
Amy Fry. Okay, I don't know her. All right.
FRY, yeah. He's one of the people that's in charge of runners for
Oh,
them.
good. Okay. Yeah, you want to reach out to her? I can't hurt.
Yeah, I'll give her a call tomorrow.
All right, great. Thank you.
Welcome.
Super.
Anybody else? All right, when's the next meeting?
March 13th. Right, isn't March the same as February?
Yes.
March 13th. 6:15.
I want to hear.
Okay, so are we adjourning? Because we've got another meeting that comes right on the heels of this.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Kevin.
Bye,
All right, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.